Hi, I'm Angel Amoroso, and welcome to Angel Amoroso versus Show 16, Angel Amoroso versus Facebook. I have a lot of issues with Facebook. I always have, since the day that I got on Facebook under my Angel Amoroso account. Since then, and you could look up this history in my timeline and whatnot. I think at least for the past 2 years, I have been active on Facebook for 1 year because I've been reported every other month into suspension. So I actually only get to participate on Facebook 6 months out of the year on one account. So, which led me into opening several other accounts that I have of Angel Walsh and Angela Walsh. And at one point, I had a Amoroso that was a cow. And they shut that down because they insisted that I prove my identity as a cow. And because I couldn't, they took that down. But tonight, I want to start a little bit with, I just wanted to start with those few examples here. And I want to get to a post that I made today in a new group called Elite Pro Wrestling. I'm going to take this down and get to that post so you could see. Now, before I explain exactly what's going on and what this post is about, I'm going to read it. I wrote in this new group, the Elite Wrestling Uncensored, which is now, unfortunately, the new Marks versus Pro Wrestling Uncensored group, which you probably heard me mention in past shows. I mentioned Marks versus Pro Wrestlers group a lot. Group started by Evan Romano and Yokozuna. A good group where everyone had an understanding that we were all there to, be honest, but break each other's balls, and to the point where everyone was taking it in good humor, and we all agreed not to be reporting each other so that no one would get banned or suspended. And everyone went along with that agreement for a while. And unfortunately, with me, I got suspended a lot in this group because of things that I said, and people went against the rules and went ahead and reported my profile outright, and I got banned a lot. So this time around, in this episode, my friend Artie Douglas, R.I.P. Rest in peace, Artie Douglas, because I know that you're probably not going to come back to Facebook after this. Just wanted to shortly explain what happened in the Marks versus Pro Wrestlers group, because it is no longer in existence. Facebook, with their new rules or whatever they're doing, has deleted the group. We believe that someone got in and hacked in and deleted the members one by one, and now the group is gone. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. My post was, I miss my bestie, Artie Douglas, Evan Romano, Chris Craven, and let's see, Manny Fernandez, Anthony David Miller, John Wall, Robert Julius Tilley. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. All very sad about this, except for Kay Baker. For some reason, says, "Are you kidding?" So she doesn't miss Artie. And here goes the 18 replies that follow. I says, not at all. I think Facebook is screwed up on deciding what is against standards and what's not. He was wrongfully suspended, just as I was, again. And Robert says, Kay Baker, I used to watch all the action on the old page. I never posted much, but why did Artie always say he hated your face? Was that an inside joke between you two? That's pretty funny, because he always did say that. I'm surprised that Anthony Dave Miller is still not saying it. I asked Kay Baker, do you think that I should have been suspended for telling people to defend themselves? Facebook says I'm in violation for showing people how I get harassed. Now, I said this because I want to see how Kay Baker feels that Artie Douglas got suspended, and I'm going to show you in a minute why. Now I'm going to go to this person's page and show you what Facebook thinks is not against standards and doesn't go against their violations. So I got suspended for this. Okay. This post goes against Facebook community standards. I said, when you're attacked and harassed, fight back. And this was because I was suffering cyberbullying and gang stalking from the person that's on this list, Vian Fuso, which I don't know if you could see it or not, but all the posts don't even have to do with him. It's talking about, he said that I'm being stalked by the person who claims that I'm gang stalking them. This is Vian Fuso posting about me because I shared 12 posts from his Facebook that he unblocked me from so that I could share them. And, you know, I'm not gang stalking him. It's ridiculous. So I shared that, and a few other comments about how people are gang stalking me and my daughter. And then a couple Twitter messages that were telling this Stinger Splash person was telling this Mersh guy to come talk to me about the problems that I've had in the wrestling business and how it might be a great interview and everything. And for some reason, Facebook read this, and just because this V put in one of the posts here that my former co-host is currently stalking me, they I guess thought that I was doing the harassing, but someone reported this. So instead of Facebook actually looking at it and seeing that I was the one being harassed and attacked, and I was telling people to fight back when they are, I guess they took it as I was the one harassing someone else by doing this. I don't know if they're familiar with what the program is that I'm doing, but they should really keep up to date. My next comment was, they also sent a notification that I could not participate in Facebook until I contacted a suicide hotline because of reports on my other account. I was suspended for a week, of which I was. On my Angel Walsh account, they sent me this here and said, someone asked us to review one of your posts because they thought you might be going through something difficult. Trained helpers at the suicide hotline, or they're 24/7, blah, 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 which is great and everything. But if I was having a problem, why? And they said that they were taking me off of Facebook for the time being for my safety and everyone else's. So how are they keeping me safe? And if I'm suicidal and I need people to talk to, how do they think it's going to do me any good by prevent me from going on social media? I don't get how they're thinking here. Kay Baker goes on. She says she don't know what the inside joke is about her people hating her face, and she has no problems with Facebook. And did Yoko get any reports? Like, I don't know. I don't know what's in their head. What is this all about? Well, wonder why Artie's in Facebook jail. She says she doesn't report anyone or do anything, but she's sure she'll hear it soon. Robert said he knew Artie from a couple comic book pages, and he was cool on there. Never said he hated anyone's face and showed any hatred. Kay said I was mean, so he said I really give it back now. I don't know. This guy says he doesn't hate her face, and he was a big fan of mine. Kate Baker said she has no problems with me. I said, I don't know who else gets reported as much as I do for no reason, Kay Baker, but I really have no problems with anyone. Its unnecessary reporting is ridiculous. I agree that troublemakers who are reported a lot should be monitored. But if both parties are wrong, suspend both parties, not just one. Facebook, and I said that they're taking sides, and usually the wrong side. I get that changes are being made and everything, but it doesn't seem to be in my favor. And it certainly doesn't seem to be in anyone else's favor either. Um, Robert Tillelli went on to tell me that he met me. He's one of Mikey Whipwreck's friends, and he stayed with me and Jason Knight after an ECW show about 25 years ago. He doesn't expect me to remember it, but somehow I think I do, because I recall a lot of things. A lot of people crashed with us in the apartment and the hotel and whatever after ECW shows. So I believe you, and I believe it was all good fun, and sorry for whatever you had to see in here. You know, that's life. Rock Richards says free Shardy Douglas. Even though he was very much against Artie, he knows that this is wrong as well. Randall Saunders, again, free Rock Richards from being a pussy. This is a new one, Fire McCune. I've never seen this person, but a lot of us are chilling, waiting for him to get out of Facebook jail. And okay, and this goes on to other stuff that I don't know. I guess really has nothing to do with it, but I don't know where the conversation went. But I just go on to say that I do miss my bestie Artie. And what I'm going to do is get to the point of why Artie was banned in the first place. But at first I want to go to see if I can find it here. All right. Damn it! What is the name of that damn? I'm sorry. Bear with me here. Trying to figure something out. This dude has a fucking hard name to spell. I'm sorry. I totally blanked out there because I was forgetting how to spell his fucking name. Because I don't think his name is even real. As we're continuing this. Sorry about that, but I really couldn't figure it out for a second. We're going to get to this. Okay, so this is a post that this guy, Dimitri Styles, he took this from the Marks versus Pro Wrestlers page, and it took an argument that was in a private group and took it totally out of control and took it onto his timeline to then encourage 30 other people, including everyone else, 180 other commenters underneath, to not only get all over Artie, but to report the Marks versus Pro Wrestlers Uncensored group and have them have all the profiles reported, because he said all the profiles were fake, and everyone needed to be banned and the group needed to be banned. So he starts out by saying, this cowardly piece of shit Artie Douglas in a group called Marks versus Pro Wrestlers Uncensored, I hear, is still talking trash about me and my mother after I was kicked out of that group. I'm calling you out, Artie. Meet me in the ring if you're so tough. Meet me in the ring, you gutless pussy. Now, honestly, this is a grown man. If he's kicked out of a group, it was because he was saying things that even are not tolerated in a group that was uncensored. So if he was removed from the group, it was for a very good reason, as you'll see in the following 180 comments that he delivered. And I'm sure if someone could have removed them off of his own page, or I Actually, I've seen a lot of people did try to give him advice to shut up, but he didn't. This Holy Okie Joe Lupine S says this guy sells hand jobs. Demetrius says he gives them away for free for little kids. Okay. Now, right there, I should be able to report that comment because that's a comment insinuating that he's a pedophile, right? This is what the piece of shit said and posted about me and my mother. Okay. He posted this, this disgusting piece of trash actually gave birth to human feces called Dimitri Styles. She's hilarious, just like her pathetic son. You know, and nothing too bad, nothing too terrible. I mean, like a ribbing, yes, it's something like, you know, everyone says inappropriate things that are out of control in an uncensored group because it's ball busting. This Demetrius Styles says, I ain't playing. I'm calling out that piece of garbage in the ring if you got balls already. What do you say about that, John Wall and Chris Craven? Now he's calling out two other guys who I'm sure it had nothing to do with this argument to begin with. And this guy actually wants to fist fight people over Facebook comments. So Dave King, the fucking sneak, says, they're a group of bullies and cowards who hide behind a keyboard. Don't take them personally. You're better than that. Now, Dave King just says this because they totally tore him apart on their podcast, which, by the way, is Marks versus Pro Wrestlers Uncensored, which is still on Blog Talk Radio. If anyone's interested in listening to it, you go there. Again, Blog Talk Radio. Marks versus Pro Wrestlers Uncensored. Still a lot of good shows left on there. And Dave King got destroyed and buried on the last one, so he could say whatever the fuck he wants. Demetrius Styles says, Dave King, screw that. I want that chicken shit in the ring. In the ring. Artie Douglas, by the way, never claimed to be a wrestler, but okay. He calls out John Wall, good buddy. You were talking trash about me too. John Wall said John Wall is one of the most sensible people in any of the groups. So, you know, that I don't believe that. John Wall says, nope, this is exactly what I wrote. And he does this a lot to back himself up because people accuse him of a lot of things that he says that he doesn't. I thought that basic concept of this group's is no holds barred. No hurt feelings allowed, and you're either in all the way or you're out. Now, that's how we all understood it. And if you don't like the group, you just leave. If you can't take the heat, you just get the fuck out of the kitchen. That's it. This Demetrius Styles says, I was told you also post something like, go hard or go home. Even if he fucking did, like, you know, same. Are you a man or are you like a little fucking girl crying about, oh, somebody said this about my mommy? Like, come on already. Come on. This is exactly what John Wall said is, you know, or whatever. No feelings hurt. This Demetrius Styles went to calling out everyone face to face in the ring. Now he's calling out John Wall and this Dave Zanaric. I don't even know how to pronounce his fucking name as much as I don't know who he is. Calls everyone keyboard warriors because talking shit in person is dangerous. Okay, but what is it that you're all doing right now against someone that you don't know? All right. Commenting keyboard warriors. Someone sent me this today. Tommy Sheamus. All right, now they're calling Tommy Sheamus out. Tommy Sheamus in a wheelchair. Let's see. A lot of these posts in this group are funny, but I and many people on this page are beyond legitimately pissed. Dave King called himself a pedo twice. He's posted Nazi propaganda. He's now called Raleigh Allen and Frank Goodman German fascists. Had insulted Manny Fernandez and his paid-to-play fat fuck never could make it scumbag friend Chris Craven allows him around his children Craven is also a fucking racist who likes to use the term camel jockey in this very group, and John Wall apparently supports all this. I'm glad this shit with this Demetrius guy occurred today. It brought the truth to light that these three scumbags deserve each other. What did this Demetrius guy have in common with them? They all block people and then talk tough when they can't see. People don't know how relentless I am when I'm enraged. This is no joke. This is war. And I'm not joking by saying that I'm messaging 15 people who are looking forward to being in the same building as them and some in the locker room. This no joke keyboard warrior shit. You fucking crossed the line. Get ready. Get ready for this page to become insane. Now, the thing is, as much as I'm laughing about this and everything, this guy really went a step beyond, and like he's the one who blocked everyone in that group, and then start talking behind them, except for John Wall and Tommy Sheamus, and then start talking behind their backs and calling other people into the argument. Like this is real life, And then he went on to encourage all these other people to get the whole group deleted just because of something that was said about him. This Dave guy says, fuck man, he's a piece of shit. Nobody wants him to work with it. He's still a little fuck. The thing is like, and being disrespectful, these guys that no one really knows are totally disrespectful to people that don't know them and they don't know people. I don't know if you guys could see the comments on the screen, but I'm not going to read every single one of them. I'm trying to get to the ones that are just too out of control. Because the thing is that, and here's John Wall saying this is for you, and it's a ice perfectly shaped like dick to cool that butthurt with, which I agree. Like this is all about being butthurt. It's all about being childish. And these people are actually the ones responsible for gang stalking and like getting a whole bunch of people grouped up together so that they could get a group closed down because they might be jealous of whatever the group is achieving in success in podcasts or whatever. Because I recall saying something in this thread earlier, because they didn't block me. I'm the only one who didn't get blocked because I didn't get too involved in the whole conversation. But this is pretty much like a conversation of this guy, Demetrius, making credible threats upon Artie Douglas's life, challenging him to fights, challenging John Wall to fights and telling him that when he sees him, like what he's going to do to him. These other guys are throwing in a bunch of lies that just making shit up, about who's a drug addict and a total slander. A lot of people are saying, damn, I had to read all this. Why did you tag me in this? And a few other people are telling this Demetrius Styles guy to, just shut up and lay off. It's not worth it. But, of course, he's not paying attention and continues to challenge Artie to, I don't know, MMA fights or in wrestling matches and fights in the alley and all kinds of nonsense. And then this sneaky Dave guy starts to put up all of John Wall's inbox, like personal messages, which I thought right away was against Facebook policy. And I am not the only one in the group that has reported more than one of these comments. And for some reason, this Demetrius seems beyond reportable and beyond getting in any kind of trouble because he was reported by so many people, and still this stuff is up. Still, and now then he start making comments about Steve Medina, and then claim that uh, Wayne West was Steve Medina. He start like making comparisons about, oh, well, this one is this one, and all the profiles are fake, and blah blah blah. And now here comes the part where I just don't get it. Here's where it goes totally off the rails. Demetrius Styles posts, "This asshole Artie Douglas is the poster child for child molesters." Now, and then goes on to tell him is to say, "Tell me this doesn't look like his mugshot shouldn't be in the local police station." You know that you cannot, and this Chris Decker goes on to say, "Yeah, he got a pedo look and grin to him." All right, motherfucker, do you know what you just did here? You cannot put someone's picture up just because you lost a fucking Facebook argument in a private group and now you're fucking butthurt because you're a fucking snowflake. You cannot then go on your page and put someone's fucking picture up and put their name up, their profile, and call them a child molester just because you lost a fucking argument. You know, learn how to deal with things maybe a different way. And then you go beyond this to call a whole bunch of other people on it to be slanderous and call him a pedophile. Here goes more. Calling his profile fake and how the picture looks to be fake. And then he attacks another guy from the group. And it goes on with like, just grabbing pictures of everyone and anyone that he can grab from the group and bashing them, but mostly Artie, the face that sets off 1,000 Amber Alerts. I don't know how it is. That one, maybe you don't know. But the first one clearly had his picture and the word pedophile written. So if you report that, that's fake, not only fake news, but it's harmful to the person. You know, it's slander. I don't know what they're not seeing is, all right, this one, easy for you to talk shit about someone who is not in the group you started, this asshole. Now I know you called me out, but you want to do it on a podcast like a pussy, not on a podcast. Meet me in a ring like a man, or you're too much of a pussy, you pedophile. I mean, really? Pedophile. Like, this is the fucking second post that this stranger has called this other stranger a pedophile and has no fucking proof of it at all. Yet, when you report that and other comments in the thread saying that people, are calling people faggots and other, racially sensitive shit and whatever the fuck they're getting. I mean, look at how long this is. I mean, even this guy, Mike Allen, who's a friend with this Demetrius Styles, says, dude, seriously, you got to let it go. It's Facebook. It's not real life. And I got to agree with this guy more than anyone on here because, yeah, it's Facebook. Let it go. But he didn't. I mean, look at how many fucking comments he held in there for and just let it go, like threatening John Wall and putting threatening stuff up, more stuff, insinuating that people are pedophiles and Ted Bundy and all kinds of nonsense. This escalated to these people hacking into the account, and it says, now those pieces of shit, Artie Douglas, Tommy Seamus, just made a fake profile using my picture. Nobody fucking did that. But if they did, maybe you deserve it. But these people are laughing because the group, I think the page finally got shut down from harassing too many people. And this Dave guy laughs, and the Demetrius guy says, "Are you serious?" As if he's not the one who fucking reported the shit. I mean, he publicly was on his Facebook rallying people up so that they would report the group and it would come down. So when you've heard me in the past mention Marks versus Pro Wrestlers group, yeah, sorry about that, but it's no longer available on Facebook. Very unfortunate, because there's people like that that just they get in groups and they don't quite understand the rules of the group, or they want to be some sort of exception to the group. Yeah, now we don't have Marks versus Pro Wrestlers anymore. What I'm doing now is I'm looking for I'm looking for the groups that I'm actually in, so that I could show you this, a few minutes of an interview with Frank Goodman, who runs USA Pro Wrestling. Frank Goodman was an active part of the Marks versus Pro Wrestling Uncensored group. And, Frank has known these guys for a long time. After, they were all being accused of being all fake profiles. Yoko, Evan, pretty much everyone. So Frank Goodman, very respected promoter, been around a very long time. And, people know to listen to him. He's not going to make up stories about people he doesn't know for no reason. So after this all took place, Frank did a State of the Maniac address where he was advertising his September 15th shows, by the way, and also November 10th in Orlando coming up for the USA Pro Wrestling. So I'm gonna play Frank's interview, Frank's State of the Address right now, so that you could just hear a little bit about what he's got to say about the situation, about the Marks versus Pro Wrestling Uncensored group being kiboshed. Let's see how we could get the volume up on this. Let's turn it all the way up. Yep. Let's get to Frank from the very beginning. I'm clicking to enlarge.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the State of the...
Oh, come on. Play. Sorry about that, guys.
Maniac address. I am the Masked Maniac, known to some... Oh, I don't have my mask on. Known to some of you as Cranky Frankie. And we are live from the master bedroom of Casa de Maniac. And I figured maybe the best way to give you guys some updates on the September 15th USA Pro Wrestling New York return and the November 10th Orlando event would be to do it on here. I didn't realize I'd be in Betty Bye with a hemorrhoid and common diarrhea, but so is life. I also have a little bit of an update and some news on a lot of you that are members here, are also members of the Marks vs. Pro Wrestlers Facebook page, and it kind of vanished today. And I'm noticing that we have nobody watching tonight. Well, there's 2 people watching, and there's 3 people. Hey, Kay Baker. Do we have anybody else there? Let's see. I wish there were a few bit more people. I wouldn't feel so lonely and so left out. It was very hard going live here. Well, I'll give you the September 15th news first, and then as people start to join in, if they do join in, we'll talk about the Marks vs. Pro Wrestling thing very quickly, so I could go back to watching the Yankees lose to the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Hey, Chris. And it says Yoko's here, but I don't see him. I think I've been having some trouble with my live videos today. Anyway, a bit of good news. On the September 15th Return to New York show, first row is sold out. Second row is about 75 to 80% sold out. So if you haven't gotten tickets yet, hey, Yoko, if you haven't gotten tickets yet, I would get them because second row will probably be gone by the end.
If you're in the New York or Orlando area, get to
added
USA Pro Wrestling
to the show
Facebook and
without
get those tickets.
substitutions, which is pretty cool. Former 5-time USA Pro Wrestling champion Raven will be there. And also, we just added Elijah Burke. So we got Raven and Elijah Burke, and Raven also will be on the November 10th show, which is pretty good. The way it looks, when you have
it's wonderful that Facebook is good to be able to advertise your shows like this. Because back in the old days, it was all dependent on posters and word of mouth sort of advertisements. So
I'd be pretty
at least it's good for that.
If we actually did have any issues with guys showing up. So I think we're going to be good there. If anybody has any questions on that stuff, let me know. Hey, Kay. 2 Ks, Kay Baker and KR Mady. Now, most of us are members of the Marks vs. Pro Wrestler page. I'm not I run a lot of Disney groups and I run a lot of fitness groups and Universal groups.
Check those out when you get a chance. They're awesome.
People's groups. Hey, Chris. I don't really join other people's Facebook groups. The absolute only, and I really post much in there, the only reason I was a member of that group is the guys who run that group and who do a lot of the posting in that group are actually guys that are known as the prop guys. And, they're a loyal group of about 15, 16, 17 guys that, for as long as I can remember, have purchased tickets to all of my New York shows from probably about 1999 up until we left about 10 years ago. Hey, Mary. And on occasion, they come out to the Florida shows. Not often, on occasion. Now, excuse me. If you ever want to see who these guys are, if you watch on the USA Pro Wrestling page, there's an old match. If you type in Prop Guys match, and it's the Hit Squad against the Boogie Nights. If you type that match in, you'll notice that almost the whole front row is engulfed in crazy-looking guys in their early 20s wearing gorilla suits and chicken suits and all that stuff. That is the prop guys. These are real guys. And Chris Craven's in here, and I'll mention it to Chris also. There tends to be this thing going around that every time somebody writes something about somebody, the first thing is, oh, it's not a real profile. It's a fake. It's a fake profile. It's fake. It's not real. Listen, a lot of you guys don't understand. My family was stalked for 4 years. Not little stalking here and there. Serious stalking, to the point where my children are now homeschooled. you know, it became a serious police issue, very serious police issue, a very serious legal issue. And so I take fake profiles and all that stuff very, very, hey Danielle, very, 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 very serious. Okay. Now, I can tell you guys for a fact that all these guys that everybody writes, um, you know, what is it, Tommy Seamus and Yokozuna and all these other guys, everybody's like, they're fake profiles. They're not real people. I am telling you, hey, Wayne, these are real people. Hey, Alberto, Chris, and everybody else, you know, I want you guys to understand, because I know sometimes Chris takes a brunt of these guys writing bad stuff. They are 100% real people. I have not met them once. I've not met them twice. I've met these guys 50, 60, 70 times. You know, at the all my elk shows, all my Mineola shows, these guys are always there. You know, when we put the New York show on sale, these guys swore, we're all buying tickets, we're all buying tickets. Within the first week of putting these tickets on sale, every single person that you guys are claiming are fake profiles, hey Ken, all bought tickets under the names that they are on Facebook. So, hey Alberto, Chris, they are real. I talked to each one on set. They are real. And it's just, you know, I'm not sure why people can't just say, hey, here's somebody on here fighting with me. They're not, they're a real person that just doesn't get along with me. Or, you know, let me explain something to you guys, okay? Hey, Chris, hey, Andy, maybe we will come to Jacksonville one day. Oh, Bart, we went
I
through
love how interactive the Facebook Live is, that you could talk to people while you're, you know, you could read their comments while you're talking shit.
Dozens of Facebook groups created just to stalk my family. Some of them were even called Stalk Frank's Family. It was bad. But police intervened. Police told me what to do. I did it, and it ended. But Tommy Seamus just wrote Thin Skin. Guys, let me tell you something, okay? I've had 3,000 matches in my life, okay? I've had maybe 5 matches that were even tolerable, and maybe only 2 that were even good. And that was only because Bam Bam Bigelow made them good. Jimmy Snuka made one good. I sucked. I sucked so bad, I'd come through the curtain, I would get boring chants before I even hit the ring. I loved it when people talked bad about me on the internet. I loved it. People cared who I was. Talking about family, that's not nice stuff. That's bad stuff. But, you know, people get talked about, and they immediately start carrying on that all these fake people are writing about them. These are real people. And I'm saying this whole thing because apparently, and I don't know anything about this stuff because I'm not a computer. Hey, Nadia, I'm not a computer whiz. But this I was able to watch for myself because I saw the members dropping. Somebody hacked the Mark's First Pro Wrestling site today, and they actually deleted every member one by one, and they shut their group down, which is pretty crummy. It's pretty rotten. If that's what somebody needs to do to gain revenge for being spoken too badly about, hey, Jackie, then so be it, you know? But these guys are going to come back stronger, and they're going to come back more vicious. But I want you guys all to understand these are real wrestling fans. And listen, as a wrestler, it's never, ever good to read people write bad stuff about your wife or your children. You know, that's crappy line-crossing stuff. But somebody saying you suck, man, that's what you want. You want fans to talk about you, you know? So Tommy Seamus says we're already on to who did it. You know, that it's a crummy thing. It's a crummy thing. We all get a kick out of that page, and hopefully we'll get a kick out of another page. But If any of you believe that these guys will not be at the front row at my next show, you're out of your minds. They will all be at the front row. You know, I remember they went to that, they wanted to help another guy's show do well. So I don't remember the guy's name, but they went to this Slav show. And the guy that has an issue with me using this guy Notorious on my show. And they went and they all sat there and they heckled and everything. And everybody saw who they were. Yet these people say they're not real. Yet they tried to throw them out of their own show. You know?
Fucking so
Lou
ridiculous.
Reardon, a bunch of grown-up children, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Lou Reardon. Lou joins in some of the fun. They pick on Lou. Lou didn't go crying to anybody. He took it like a man.
Yeah, then they called Lou fake. They said Lou was a fake.
Kay Baker would like to see Rock First Manny. Well, then Kay Baker, buy your tickets. You came to one show and then you didn't come to the Florida shows. You're not coming to New York shows. Mike Zevon will be there screaming, "Show your boobies" to every woman there. He means every man. Hey, Evan. Evan was told by a reliable source it was Kay Baker who shut us down. Okay. So, Neil, you did. You bought one ticket. Aren't you bringing your children or your wife or Hulk Hogan to the show? Kaz. That's right, Michael. The guy's name was Kaz. You know what's funny? I was so respectful to that guy, telling the guy he should lose weight so he didn't drop dead. And I was going through
so he's talking to all the group members, Michael Silbrassi and Yoko.
What does the guy do? Tell wrestlers
Evan
you
Romano,
should work
Kay
for Frank
Baker.
Kay Baker, I'm in Florida, dude. Do you know how many New York fans flew out to
all very
to the how many New York fans flew out to the last Florida show?
Frank could talk all night, but I don't want to be too long on doing the whole live stream thing, but I do want to get in the points that I do want to get in. Now, everyone just heard Frank, who's a very respected promoter. Frank just pretty much told you that these guys are real. There's nothing fake about any of these guys. So when you're getting into confrontations with them and they're saying stuff about you and everything, like, you agreed to be in the group and you're participating in the group, and the rules are it's uncensored. You don't report people, so you don't. But this guy did, and he took it a step beyond that and went ahead and just went and reported it to Facebook to the point that the group got deleted. So you can still catch episodes of Marks versus Pro Wrestlers Uncensored on Blog Talk Radio, which had a lot of great guests. Glenn Ruth, Manny Fernandez, Tracy Smothers, Val Venus was on it at a point, George Frankenstein, lots of people, lots of great guests. Try to tune into that if you can. I wanted to just brush upon this subject here. Now, as you can see, I went to the Facebook here of a woman named Martiana Anna. I don't know her, okay? My husband and I share a Facebook account. We share several Facebook accounts, but the Angel Walsh is one of those. It's both me and my husband's account. And I created this account because I got suspended so many times on my Angel Amoroso account that I needed another account to go by, and they allowed me to open one under Angel Walsh, and that got suspended a whole bunch of times, as I said before, for a whole bunch of different things: racism, cyberbullying, terroristic threats, celebrating violence. Stalking. Like I can't tell you how many things that I have been suspended from Facebook for, and they keep telling me that, we're going to get rid of your account, and then they don't. But anyway, I'm on this woman's page because I shared this account with my husband, and for about maybe 2 years or so, I had the same amount of friends, 107 friends on this account. Now, I'm going to go to it just to, just skim through my friend list to give you an idea of the people that are on here. Now, other than me right there, all of these people, Alice, Art, Belinda, Bob, Bonnie, Candy, Carol, Chris, Danny, all these people, I know these people. I have met these people face to face in real life. Gabby is one of my daughter's friends. A couple other people are my daughter's friends who I haven't met face to face, but they are my daughter's friends who she went to school with. So, point is, a lot of childhood friends, a lot of wrestlers. Again, Amoroso. This was my other Facebook that now I can't access because they want me to prove that I'm a cow, and I can't do that. So they withhold me from that account. But these are my friends on this account, okay? And I only accepted people that I knew and met in person on this account because, it's something I share with my husband. I don't want a whole lot of people on it. It's just a secondary friggin' account. I don't need a whole lot of excuses why. But one day, I got on, and instead of it being 107 people, it was 108 people. So I went to the friend list to see who this extra person was, who I don't send out requests because I really don't want friends on Facebook. That's not what I'm on there for. I never sent out a request, especially from this account. And I never received a request from this woman. So I'm looking at it, and she just popped up out of nowhere. She doesn't look like someone from my neighborhood or even the area of where I live. So it's not familiar to me. I mean, look at this. Is this beyond translation? It's not even, she's from Para. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. But now this happened back in April. And I'm complaining about this because Facebook says that they are all in this for our security and to improve Facebook. But I believe they have spies within. I know that they have spies within people's accounts. My friend Frankie Starr has caught many of them messing around within his accounts and confronted them, and they acted like, oh no, we were friends and we met, and they have their ways of spying, and they're not really making anything friendlier or safer for anyone. So this woman, who I don't know, I'm just going to go to the very first post because I think it's funnier that way. This woman who I don't know, just start popping up on my timeline. I start seeing stuff like this, like her wedding photo and all this stuff that like I didn't understand, and I'm clicking on translation and pictures of her like this, but then like that, and then there's like I don't know, she has the same name as her husband before they were married, and then I don't even know. This is not even my area of the country or anything, but I started posting on her timeline because originally I had sent her an inbox message asking her who she was, and did it so that it would translate, and she didn't answer me. She didn't answer for a few days. So I figured I'd start bombing her timeline. So the first one I sent April 13th. I said, who are you? And how did you end up on my friend list here on Facebook without me accepting you, Martiana Anand? Simple question, right? I took a picture of her own information and sent it back to her. And by the way, she changed it the same day. And I've seen that she was online 2 days straight. It's like she didn't get offline, but she never responded to me. I'm going to read to you the comments that I sent to her. And if someone sent me all these comments, I'd be sure to get back to them. I said, I'm sorry, maybe I was off on it. I have 106 friends on here. Out of them, there are only 9 that I have not met in person. However, I know that they're real people through mutual friends. I don't accept people that I don't know. So let's have it. You're on my friend list. You've been tagged to answer a question from your brand new best friend. Now answer. How did you end up on my list without ever sending a request or me accepting one? I think it's a pretty reasonable question. And all she had to do was answer, but she didn't. So I moved on to say, I can see that you're active right now. Don't make me get more angry than I am right now. Answer my question. I moved on to say this shouldn't be a guessing game, but if you want to play, let's see who you are. And then I started taking pictures of all our friends and posting them up. Now, I only went to this account because I had gotten, and she has like 1,800 friends, by the way, and not one, I don't know one of them. But this friend happened to pop up when I got suspended from another account, my Angel Amoroso account. So, yeah, when I got on it, I was suspicious of it. Just popped up the same day that I not only got suspended from the account, but a bunch of groups entered me in their groups and said that I answered a secret question on my Angel Amoroso account when they suspended me. And then 5 minutes later, they sent me a notification that I answered some secret question again in some group, and I didn't. They didn't even send me a friggin' question. And then I was a part of that group for a month getting notifications of only God knows what they were fucking doing, wrestling in a playground park or whatever. And I kept telling them from my other account, you take me out of this fucking group or you're going to regret it. And they didn't. But I'll get into that later. Here's some more photos of Martiana. I asked her, how are we to even communicate, friend? Because I seen all these posts here that were untranslatable. Every one of them. I asked, what language is this? Simple questions. If you want to get on my Facebook and sneak on my friend list, you should be able to answer a fucking simple question. What fucking language do you speak? Why do you wear that shit on your head? I want to know. I want to know everything. If we're going to be besties, then you fucking answer my questions. I said, you can't even tell me what this award is for that you won here because you know speaking the English. Like, I don't know how to be clear about this. How the fuck did you get on my friend list when you can't even understand the language that I'm speaking, let alone what you're supposed to be speaking to me? And I said, I can keep going, or you could just answer me before I delete you. And this was back in April. And so I kept it up. I kept going. Come on, you want to be friends? I'm waiting for your answer. You're being rude, not answering. You're my new friend. Come on, bestie, what's up? Day 2, come on, come out and play. What's up? It's been almost 24 hours. You got to answer me. It's 4:20 here. Is it 4:20 there? This is like, I mean, day after day after day, I'm putting this, and I can see that she's active and she's not answering me. And I'm trying my best here, for us to be besties since she wants to sneak on my list. And at the time, Artie Douglas was in on this thread, which was quite hilarious. And I was going to tag him in it before he unfortunately left Facebook. Very fairly, I understand why he would never come back if he didn't want to. But he was part of this thread, and we had a good time with Martiana Anna. While we did, she wouldn't accept a friend request from Artie. She just wanted to be my bestie and talk to me. So this was the second one on May 7th, 2007. I sent her this one with the cow in it because I don't know any clue about the moo. I wanted to know which one of me she knows since she wants to be my bestie. Like, which one of me does she know? There's actually a lot more posts that she erased. I said, you know, who are you? How did you end up on my timeline? All right. Again. And then I said, maybe everyone where you're from would like to get a translator for this one. And I sent her the protest in Bethlehem at Mick Foley's book signing on 11/16/17. And it's a video of the WWE Legends child sex abuse scandal. And I figured people in Para might want to see it and maybe translate for themselves what all that means, and whether or not they should look out for it in their end of the world, because pro wrestling might come there. Who knows? Maybe rain or whatever. So then I sent her this one from June 1st, 2017. That's just, hey, bestie, I thought you might want to vomit, so here you go. And these were pictures from ECW Wrestling's November to Remember 1993 incident. I thought my bestie might want to see them and see what women over here where I live do things. So it's funny that she made another post on June 16th and still has yet to answer me after. There was a lot more posts on here that I put, but she deleted a lot of them, and then you know, she blocked me from posting on her timeline, but still wants to stalk me as a friend. So all of this, Facebook is doing this and that for your safety. I don't know how much it is for our safety, as much as it just is for them being able to, I don't know, round up information on us more easily, or it get things on. It'll make us think that they're getting things under control when they're really not. If you report shit on Facebook, you are a cunt. Just know that. Because, yeah, who the fuck does this shit? I'm not going to go through all of my my posts here, but like I said, I am suspended on my Angel Amoroso account, and hopefully that will end real soon. Point of this is Marks versus Pro Wrestlers Uncensored group. Rest in Peace is now gone. It's dead, no longer in existence. So as many times as you heard me mention that in the past, it's gone. Moving on to other groups, if anyone would like to join Wrestling Bitch, that is still available and up. It is a private group, so I'll have to accept you. So just send a request. Otherwise, be sure to follow Angel Amoroso Versus on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I hope that didn't go way too long, but I think I got in enough of what I wanted to say in part 1 of Angel Amoroso versus Facebook. I hope you've all enjoyed yourself, or maybe didn't enjoy yourself so much because it was such fucking bullshit. But you know, that's Facebook for you, and either you're going to decide to stay on it and let them take advantage of all of you, or maybe you can find a way to take advantage of them if you're smart enough, or you're just going to get off of social media altogether, or find like another outlet like Twitter, WordPress, or whatever, because there's a whole bunch of things out there of which I will be talking about all of those outlets very soon. But for this evening, I think we've all taken up a lot of each other's time here. I've taken up most of your time. So I hope you've had a nice evening. Have a nice night and a nice life.